this could be a chance to level the playing field against the man
You
who's being
just said that a
dictated.
parent will grant an answer to whoever passes the test. Will it answer my question?
Duh, that's
if
what
I
she
asked
told
for a
you.
way to become immune to the storm.
Oh. Part 5. 4 cross checks. The first step is to reduce to a quartic equation without a cubic term. The second step is... curse word it is, math.
Damn you narcissistic, fat-headed, humanocentrist freaks!
What?
You are the crazy ones, and I will prove myself right!
Seriously! Can someone please bring Matthew back to the rehab center? That mask has made him crazy!
The researcher's arm flail wildly as he stumbles across the shiny silver floor, adding more to the chaos. Amidst the mayhem, a bottle of alcohol on the ground bursts into bright blue flames. And then, 2 metal feet stomp across the fire without hesitation.
Any progress?
Not much. We've called all the experts here, but so far it's been a waste of time. Not even a bodily reaction when reciting the text.
Who is this metallic gentleman? Cryptographic lead.
He doesn't belong to any known language, nor follow any linguistic rules. Many are starting to doubt the accuracy of the incantation. After all, it was copied down by a novice investigator with her arcane skill, not her supervisor.
The door is pushed open. The spacious room is now packed with people. They're all gathered around a radio on the table.
Miss Marcus, can you confirm that the incantation you dictated was correct? We also learned that you witnessed a visual recording of Arcana performing her arcane skill, depicted through images recreated by a pure-blooded arcanist. Is that right?
Yes, to be precise, I saw it in the memories of Isolde, a former member of Manus Vindicte, using Miss Cacanya's arcane mirror.
Can you attest to the accuracy of this memory?
I can't say.
Do you deem the reflection of Miss Cacanya's arcane mirror to be accurate, factual, and without misinterpretation?
It's a mirror, girl.
I'm not sure.
Can you confirm that your arcane skill, Read, was performed correctly and provided an unbiased, objective, and flawless interpretation?
I don't know about that either, but I saw it with my own eyes. I heard the chanting. I don't know what language that was, but that's how I heard it, and I've written it down phonetically.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Please calm down. We are only verifying the details. The Foundation has dispatched a special operations squad to you in Vienna. Please make sure the 2 other arcanists involved will return to the Foundation with you.
I understood.
The call ends. The I hate this word. Is liaison? I don't know how to pronounce it. Removes a headset. The result is far from ideal. Her face is pale, as lifeless as her mechanical colleagues.
Is this it?
A sarcastic voice cuts through the air as a man pushes through to the front.
An ancient miracle, a circle of salvation. Euna seco. Atuna psycho? An inexplicable incantation transcribed by an arcanist based on what she saw in the memory of another arcanist recreated by yet another arcanist.
I mean, he's right, it's kind of complicated, but...
That's as convoluted as a dream within a dream within a dream. To think they wanted an objective restoration. I mean, if Gnosis is so reliable and can really cross-check not only once but 4 times, it should have long replaced science by now. With this level of uncertainty, we might have better luck asking typewriter monkeys to randomly give us the answer to the storm immunity.
Adler? Why are you here?
I requested his participation on the cryptography team. He is a human, but he excels in the field of cryptography.
But...
The man takes a grim step forward.
And why can't I be here? Is it because Greta Hoffman's my sister? And is this what a respectable and honorable member of the Foundation gave her life to retrieve? Is this the ritual she died for?
Your sister believed in Marcus, dude. So you have to believe her too.
Oh, right. It wasn't even her who retrieved the ritual. It was a student.
In whom she believed in.
You are not currently on the official roster. You can leave at any time.
Leave? Why should I leave? Ich habe jedes Recht zu wissen, wofür meine Schwester gestorben ist. Nun gut, Leute, an die Arbeit. Lasst uns dieses große Rätsel entschlüsseln und sehen, was es uns bringen wird. Erlösung oder Zerstörung?
He leaves sneering, waving the note with a phonetic spelling in his hand. The farce is finally over. The room is at peace again. The cryptography team turns to the robot, awaiting her instructions.
Return to your stations, please. Let us not dismiss its credibility until we have exhausted every possibility. Also,
She calmly turns ahead.
add Adler Hoffman into the cryptography team roster.
The cryptography lead hesitates for a moment, surprised. Nevertheless, he nods and quickly leaves the room. The phone on the wall, used for internal communication, begins to ring.
Storm Observation and Research Center. Noted. I will make sure Miss Lucy is aware of that.
The liaison puts down the phone and turns to the robot, a flicker of panic on her face.
What is the matter?
It's a call from the rehab center about the previous study on the Manus mask. Ma'am, I think you should go see this in person.
Oh, so what was in the trailer was probably extracted from the mask. It wasn't what Marcus sent.
Very good, Matthew. Now tell us, what did you hear?
The already narrow corridor is now filled with security guards. The room they're guarding is heavily secured, isolated behind 3 layers of tempered glass. A patient sits in the room with a mask on his face.
Voices! Those voices! The inaudible murmurs, the frightening whispers, they worm into my ears. I told you before, I wrote about this before, but you dismissed them as manic episodes.
Did you put on the mask?
Yes. How else would I know that I was right? And now I know. And never ever heard them so clearly. They are screaming inside my head. They're temptations. They're promises. I just have to let go of my brain. Can you hear it? The benevolent mother is speaking.
Benevolent mother? His nails dig deep into his palms, as if fighting an overwhelming impulse.
Now I can write the ultimate paper.
Who is this mother?
She's answered by a loud crash. The researcher throws himself against the glass, gasping in horror and scratching helplessly at the surface.
No, I can't say anymore. They see me. They've come for me. Kill me. Kill me now.
Take off the mask, dude. It's too late to beg for mercy. His scream is abruptly silenced as his head explodes open behind the glass barrier. Amidst the splatter of blood and brain, a new being emerges from the remnants of his flesh. The alarm blares loudly. A Manus follower wriggles up from the bloody floor, holding a triangle in hand. He lets out a loud cry reminiscent of a newborn's first wail. The liaison ends the call, cutting off the horrid sounds on the other end of the phone.
Suspend all research on the Manus mask at once. Its dangers far outweigh the potential benefits. Seal away all equipment and share only a controlled account of the incident with others. We cannot afford to have another researcher try on the mask again. Now, clean this up.
Yes, ma'am.
The airlock door hisses open. A squad of armed guards storms into the room under the cover of sleeping gas. On the other side of the glass, the robot turns away from the scene, categorizing yet another set of storm research data as irrelevant and filing it away as waste in her memory.
Another dead end.
I'll be back. Oh wow. Emergency notice to halt research on Manus Vindictae masks. To all members involved in the storm research, Manus Vindictae masks are now considered extremely dangerous and of no research value. All related research and experimentation must cease immediately. I disagree. I don't think that they're of no research value, but they are indeed dangerous. And the reason I think that they are of no research value is because no research no researcher has the ability to resist whatever it does to the brain. If there was one arcanist that can somehow keep their brain from whatever the mask is doing to the people, then perhaps they could learn more about the mask. But as they are right now, having a researcher just observe it from the outside doesn't do the trick. Putting it on drives them crazy and kills them. So yeah, there's no way. There must be somebody who can safekeep. And I'm thinking back to Mesmer. I don't think she can do it, but like with her knowledge, perhaps if she was to put the mask on, she could keep her brain sane from that. Or a robot even. Because from what I understand, this mask causes fear and anxiety, and something is coming and taking over them. But if it's a robot, those emotions won't exist. So Lucy perhaps can do it, or the dude with the weird head that we just saw. Anyone who can actually protect themselves from emotions, I think robots can do that best. But if these creatures know out of technology and they can still infiltrate the mind of a robot, then it won't make any difference. Because so far the researchers we saw losing their mind and dying from this were human, right? Or arcanists. So it's either this, trying robot arcanists, or trying an arcanist that can actually seal the mind from external sources. Also, am I tripping, or does it say Jennifer here? It really looks like it says Jennifer. Anyway, in addition, if any members become irrationally agitated, display an abnormal hatred towards humanity, and believe they hear a soft, seductive female voice that is not there nearby, personnel should immediately evacuate the area and contact the nearest security officer. Dangerous wearers, Manus disciples, inner workings unclear. Matthew is transformed. Williams secured. Vienna investigation operation report for public record. News from the front lines. The esteemed Miss Greta Hoffman, a valiant fighter for human advancement, has tragically lost her life during a storm investigative mission. Investigator Marcus has successfully relayed vital information and is waiting for support on site. A special operations team has been dispatched post-haste. Please resume work status after reading this report and observing a 3-second moment of silence. Hoffman deceased, Marcus waiting for support. What is this? Oh, we're collecting these? Alright. Man, what is going on? And on top of everything, they added this new permanent gameplay in the game from which you can get Lorelei. And that too is another story. Like I've said before, the protagonist seems to be the world and the storm, and we're just watching the characters go around the world in different places and try to figure out what's going on. So we already had our eyes on what Vertin is doing. Now we have an eye in Laplace, and now we're getting, I'm supposing, an insight to what Semmelweis was doing. Goodness. I mean, it's a good way to show a story from multiple places, but it can become a little frustrating, I believe, at some point. Don't get me wrong, it's good that they show us the problem from multiple angles, but at the same time, I don't know how confusing that will get in the future. I hope we won't get any other POVs, because we have 3 different places to look from. Or 4 even, no. We have St. Pavlo's Foundation as well, but from their angle, they're not actually doing anything. They have sent Vertin to do that. I believe they just keep running the Foundation the way they did. But we do know that they're taking in more Arcanists, like they took Villa and Winsong, right? So that too is part of the story, and a different POV of what's going on. Anyway, let's keep going. Part 6, Pride and Prejudice. Really? A chaotic duo found in chaotic minds. Well, I'm curious, what's that chaotic duo? An unknown incantation. A mask that has proven to be extremely dangerous. These are the only leads they currently have on the storm. Oh, is it gonna be Lucy and Medicine? Just so you know, if this chapter has any references to the actual movie or book of Pride and Prejudice, I will not know shit. I will not notice shit, because I have neither read nor seen the movie of the story. Yeah. Her metallic fingers pick up another stack of files. These are the test results of the Manus mask, confirming the presence of asymmetrical nuclide R. The robot studies them carefully. The slit on her face pulses in contemplation.
What is the status of the sampling, Simone? Any updates from the timekeeper?
For the moment, no. The people on the island are still suspicious of the Foundation's motives, so she hasn't had a second chance to collect any samples. But she has called in an hour ago. We were informed that she will return to the cave shortly. She also warned us that the immunity zone on the island appears to be shrinking. The safe zone is not stable.
The robot did not put on a face today. Simone can only read her mood from the narrow slit.
Mom, have you noticed something?
They are unrelated, Simone. The mask and the incantation are indeed related to Manus Vindictae, but they are unrelated to each other.
She moves the sealed Manus mask aside.
If the account of the Vienna investigator is correct, one cannot help but question, why would Arcana not simply give the masks to Isolde and her brother?
Well, okay, I was ready to say something mean. I won't say it. I'm just gonna say that perhaps they wanted them to stay sane for whatever they needed. Plus, from what it appears, the mask drives you crazy, like you have no control. And also you can transform to a monster, and I believe they really need Isolde to be able to use her arcane skills with a clear mind, I guess. But clear mind, how do I put this? Without being subdued to whatever is in the mask. Because if she goes that much out of control, she won't be able to cast her arcane skill in a way that they want. Whereas if she's capable of communication, that is more possible. Like, they can tell her what they want her to do, you know? I don't know about her brother. I guess they wanted more on the circle. His knowledge, they wanted to know more about what he knew. So yeah, it doesn't make sense to give her the mask, because that would take away what they're there for. They were two of the special people they wanted to collect. I think they give the mask to people they don't consider special. They just make more monsters with them, is what I'm trying to say.
Investigator Marx's report was highly lacking, making it challenging for us to infer what truly happened.
I suppose we can be skeptical that the report is incomplete, but it is all we have for now. She did a good job. I could not have asked for more.
Good thing that the robot is more logical than people.
We all heard it. An ancient miracle. A circle of salvation.
The robot extends her hand, drawing an imaginary circle in the air.
The leader of Manus Vindictae promised a miracle, but the mask is far from it. The mask is a tool of control, designed to identify and enslave the believers. Matthew has demonstrated its effects for us.
Exactly.
But this ritual is different.
Do you mean the ritual is more sophisticated than the mask?
Obviously, they don't want to make monsters out of it. They want to make more valid followers. The robot nods approvingly.
Perhaps, but it is not entirely definitive. The investigators in Vienna completed their mission spectacularly, and now Matthew has proven that the mask is useless for our purposes. Its immunity was only a cover for its other functions.
Now that she says that, I guess it's also useless because they're looking for the immunity incantation, okay? But the immunity incantation that they use for the people that actually follow them, the people that they're actually, the arcanists that they're collecting, and the incantation they use for the mask to keep the monsters safe from the storm must be a little different, in that the incantation used on the non-significant people for them turns them to madness and to monsters, right? So even if they found out how the mask is immune to the storm, that wouldn't necessarily mean they would have found the incantation they use when it comes to the immunity of the people they collect. Perhaps, and that's another theory of mine, the incantation used to keep the mask users immune to the storm was the former form of the incantation they use on the people they collect. Perhaps that was them experimenting at first with finding immunity incantation, and the more developed version was used on the people they collect, is what I'm trying to say. Of course, there's also the case that they've they actually have 2 incantations, but because these things are more of a trial and error in my head, like you can have found the incantation right away, you've probably made a lot of mistakes and killed many people on the way. So I'm guessing they used it to people they considered insignificant from their followers until they got to the better version they can use now. And also, they speak of that mother thing, so I'm guessing there's some sort of queen they cannot see. No, at first I thought it was arcana, but I doubt it. Perhaps it's something more sinister that they're seeing. This incantation calls upon a creature that is way more ancient and powerful.
And the mask has powerful and irreversible side effects. Even if we find out how it protects the wearer from the storm, we cannot use it on our colleagues.
The Manus, though, could use it on their people because they didn't care about them. There were specific people they were after. She picks up the script.
If this incantation is verified to be true, it will be our Promethean fire.
This ritual is useless to us. Save yourself this trouble. We're not getting anywhere with this.
What?
The room is cluttered with all sorts of sophisticated equipment. The floor is littered with scrap paper. The researchers haven't lifted their heads or taken a break for quite some time. The cryptography leader stares at Enigma, a fresh cup of coffee in his hand. His patience is wearing thin as the metaphorical string labeled tolerance in his mind is finally about to snap.
Explain yourself, Adler. What do you mean the ritual is useless?
That he doesn't understand it.
You barely sat down. My coffee's still hot.
You drink coffee? You seem to be robotic. I wonder how that affects your body. Unless, of course, he's not full robot. That I can understand. The cryptographer solemnly hands the leader a stack of papers from his desk.
I don't need to waste any more time. It's simple logic. The current information is insufficient for cryptographic decryption. We're attempting an exhaustive brute force, comparing every ancient text and record to find the language or corresponding text. It's like looking for a needle in a colossal haystack. Even if we stumble onto a match, none of us can validate such a thing. A breakthrough in this regard is simply not possible.
You can't be serious.
Across the room, a man stands up abruptly from his chair, clenching a pen in his hand.
And what is the basis of your reasoning? Have you figured out the mechanics behind the ritual?
I didn't need to understand the intricacies of Arcanum to deduce this. It was simple logic.
So you never even tried to understand it. With your supposedly superior human reasoning, you dismissed all of our dedication and hard work just like that.
Technically, I agree with this researcher because, yeah, Enigma is smart and all, but he's also very emotional right now, very emotionally charged because of the loss of his sister. So perhaps if he had a clearer mind, he could get more than that.
Who the f do you think you are?
Before anyone can react, the researcher lunges at Enigma and punches him right in the face. Enigma brings a hand up to his cheek, looking more confused and angry.
Matthew was right. You arrogant fools, clueless morons! Get out of my face, you humanocentric narcissist! Go to hell!
The researcher snarls, brandishing his pen like a soldier brandishing a dagger. Much to his frustration, his swing loses power mid-air, another casualty of the neck and shoulder pain that plagues this office. Enigma narrowly avoids the attack, bewildered by the turn of events. Now, all this was unnecessary, but...
Was this really necessary? I was just sharing my conclusion.
Yeah, in a very annoying manner.
Oh, it was the mask. I should have thought of that. He worked in the same lab as Matthew, and he must have been exposed to the mask.
Oh, okay, yeah, that too.
But his physical exam seemed fine. Is there an incubation period?
I don't think you can find whatever the mask is doing in normal physical exams. If it was that easy, people would have known who had been contaminated way before they turned.
Does he seem fine to you now? Huh? No! Williams! Put that down! That's the only Conway Automaton 5 left after the storm.
He's met with guttural growl, followed by the deafening crash of metal against the wall. What is everybody doing? The machine whizzes past his head and shatters to pieces on impact. The cryptography lead can feel his insanity teetering on the brink. He staggers towards the door, frantically smacking the big red button on the wall.
Security! Security! We've got a code red!
Apprehend this man. Oh, I love the little robot in the back. Oh, there's more. I'll be back. Okay.
So, what are the implications for the decryption?
There were no unintended consequences. We were able to control Williams in time, and the Conway Automaton 5 he destroyed wasn't useful to our work anyway.
I am glad you kept the damages to a minimum.
Lucy turns off the screen in front of her and turns around.
Since you are still here, Mr. Ulrich, I take it as a sign that you have more to report?
In a secluded area of the hallway, an emotionally charged complaint is about to take place. The cryptography lead tries to keep his voice low, looking completely disheveled from the turmoil he's just endured.
Williams was merely an accident, ma'am, but Adler is a loose cannon on the team. We need to talk about this. With all due respect, I still don't understand why you put him on the team. He may have made his contributions to Laplace, but that was 8 years ago. Now he's just an irritating defeatist and a staunch supporter of humanocentrism.
Every particle of ferrofluid in his helmet is vibrating with rage, his voice rising involuntarily.
He never understood the Arcanum, but tried. He's still stuck in the time before the first storm and refuses to acknowledge that his small, beautiful world is gone. How can someone like that help us?
You need his knowledge. The robot senses his doubt and frustration. There may be more sentiments and underlying issues at play. She pauses for a moment before answering, as if deep in thought.
I understand your concern, but I have not heard anything about the incapacitation of Adler Hoffman.
What? He got a few scratches at most. The guy barely touched him.
So he is fine. I am glad we agree. Is there anything else you would like to report?
She believes in his capabilities, that's why. The robot waits 5 seconds for an answer, but there isn't one. This must be the social cue that it is her turn to speak.
His lack of knowledge on Arcanum is exactly why we need him. His human perspective will offer valuable insights on arcane rituals. The results of this study will not only be used to save Arcanists, but also humans who share the same world with us.
The cryptography lead tries to argue further, but Lucy is certain the issue has been sufficiently addressed.
We are racing against the clock, mister, and your report on personal disputes and racial conflicts has wasted 2 minutes and 37 seconds of our time. If he refuses to cooperate, you have every right to remove him from the team. That is your responsibility. Oh.
From the other end of the corridor, the subject of their argument approaches, looking deeply upset and clutching a stack of papers. Clearly, he has heard every word they just said.
I am relieved that you survived your altercation. What would you like to report?
He feels bad. This one doesn't feel bad. Their eyes meet, making both of them squirm uncomfortably. This is undoubtedly one of the most awkward moments in both of their careers. After a prolonged silence, Ulrich steps back and walks away. Without even looking at him, Enigma begins his report in a low voice.
I'm fed up with wasting time, ma'am. The setback with the mask has already driven too many people insane. That's why you should take a look at this.
He hands a stack of files to Lucy.
I can logically deduce that our current direction is another dead end. The incantation isn't long enough for cryptographic decryption. We will have to turn to ancient records. Perhaps we'll find something in age-old manuscripts, in tablet inscriptions, or in the memories of powerful arcanists. But even if we find it, we can't validate it because none of us can cast the skill.
The robot remains silent during his pessimistic remarks, flipping through each page of a file.
Low-ranking arcanists can't cast high-ranking skills, even if they know the exact pronunciation and meaning of the incantation. Gnosis is beyond reason like that and cannot be debated. It stems from raw intuition rather than logic and intellect, is shaped by personal experience and natural abilities, and cannot be intentionally replicated. And the most determining factor, it relies on the arcanist's purity of blood.
Yeah, but like, don't they have pure bloods as well?
The miracle ritual you hold such hopes for belongs to the leader of Manus Vindictae, a pure-blooded arcanist whose power is beyond our imagination.
Is Arcana the leader, though? That I haven't understood yet. I don't know if she's the leader or the leader's right hand or something. Is she the mother? I wonder.
It's like asking a toddler to solve Goldbach's conjecture. It's completely beyond the boundaries of our limits.
But you are not an arcanist. Why should you play by their rules?
Answer that. The man is taken aback by her question. It's something he's never considered before.
You are right. Arcanists differ due to their purity of blood. Researcher Medicine Pocket has already reported the linear correlation between the bloodline of an arcanist and their abilities, and has drawn a conclusion 10 times more extreme.
Then you should listen. That's their area of expertise.
Her neck moves subtly, almost like shaking her head.
We know that our cryptographers do not have the power to validate the ritual, and we do not expect you to do that. All I ask of you is to come up with a feasible plan and to do it as a team.
Enigma turns away, repulsed at the mention of team. Lucy finishes reading the report and hands it back to him.
Your deduction is logical, but not practical or actionable, so I should return this to you.
What?
She means do it again. The glow in her eyes slit is strangely reassuring, almost like a smile. She looks out of the window.
Your logic is impressive, Adler, but do not let it limit your thinking. You spoke of the boundaries of arcane power, but logic has its limits too, no? Knowledge can be obtained through various means, such as intuition, logical reasoning, empirical observations, and teachings from others. Your team is not the only one cracking the ritual through their own means. If you fail, we will turn to the others, and if that approach is wrong, we will try another. If no solution is found before the storm, we will simply wait for the next one. What matters is we keep moving forward, no matter the cost. We must keep to the path, or we will be swept away like dust in the rain.
For once, the researcher does not argue. He whispers, as if talking to himself.
If one team fails, you can still turn to the others. Warum denn? Warum musste es Greta sein?
What?
Forget it. Just a bitter, irrational thought.
Did she wanted to help, though? It wasn't because others put her in this.
This marks the end of my efforts. Hopefully, the others will bring you the needed breakthroughs.
The man walks away in anger. But after only a few steps, a question comes to mind.
You've been waiting here for a while. Are you expecting someone? You aren't the type to waste time listening to us whine. So there must be something here worthy of your attention. Is someone close to a breakthrough?
Nothing of the sort. I am recharging. We have a public power outlet here.
Nice. I think she's lying. I don't think she's just recharging. She moves her joints as if standing for so long has stiffened her body.
But I am indeed waiting.
Ah, okay. See, I told you. It would be weird, like, if you are indeed like what you just said.
The doves of the Whitestone House are here.
Oh, you mean St. Pablo Foundation? The sound of flapping wings fills the air. Oh, she literally means pigeons. The researcher is astonished as the creature, with a texture similar to plaster, perches on her metal finger.
Good. Someone closer to the limit has given us aid.
Someone closer to the limit. Closer to the limit. Okay, storm immunity decryption progress. Investigator Marcus, originally from Romania and conversant in several languages including German and English, has determined that the pronunciation of the spell does not belong to any language she knows and has therefore provided the spell as a phonetic transcription. They've already decided it's not English, German, French, Romanian, Spanish, Chinese, Russian, or Polish, and the suggestion from Adler, a tuna psycho, doesn't make sense. I'll smack him later? All incorrect. Missing critical information. Rare language, dead language. Honestly, I'm guessing it's one of these. Like the language that we keep seeing written in the background everywhere in the game. I think that's the language they found, which is, I'm supposing, very much like the stuff people would find in, like Enigma said, stone tablets of the past and whatnot. These right here are all Greek symbols, by the way. These are Greek letters. And these letters mean nothing. It's just several letters in the row. Like this is P, Psi, Thi, Theta, you probably know. X, Z, an opposite B for some reason, like V, O, L. It means nothing. None of this means anything. So I'm guessing that the ritual is either the language we've been seeing in the background of the game or in our tutorials, really. Where is it? This kind of stuff, I'm guessing. I believe very much that the writers could have made up their own language. And I think this is what we're going to find out it's going to be. But I don't know how they're calling this language. And if anyone is familiar with this language, if it's ancient, arcanist language, okay? But yeah, it remains to be seen. What's this?
Be ever so careful, dear. The fiery thirst for knowledge is blazing bright within you. Be careful not to put it out. Once, many fire thieves sat here, sipping coffee, as they tried to decipher the best angle to hold up their reeds, to jam the burning wheel of Helios and steal his flame. The gods are selfish. They're stingy with their might.
Shouldn't the gods be more generous? Some will receive it first come, first served. I think that...
That's easy to say when the power's not yours to give. Knowing how to share is a rare virtue. Knowing how to share knowledge is a rarer virtue still. How can we transfer our wisdom into mortal minds? The gods pondered. Can inspiration be duplicated from one brain to another? It comes and goes like a gust of wind. So, what can be done?
Sounds like a twist to the story is coming.
Not yet, darling. We've only finished the prologue. However, there is a but waiting down the road.
Excuse me, 5, 6? No, 7 chapters. That 7-chapter thing was only a prologue?
Sudden rain dampened people's enthusiasm for the future. The floppy disks and many clever minds perished in it. Some of the fire thieves grieved the loss. They screamed and swore to retrieve what was lost. What about the rest of them? They returned to primitive chaos, like coelacanths crawling back into the ocean after thousands of years of evolution. Once again, they became the protégés of Arcanum. Perhaps they made the right choice by leaving that useless science behind. Who knows? The story of the fire thieves has only gone this far, darling. At this point, no one knows what will happen to Prometheus or what's inside Pandora's box.
'Tis another day for me, and we're moving on to part 7, Maze of the Minotaur. I'm very curious if this is going to be some sort of theory, again, like we're using this as a metaphor, or if they really have a Maze of the Minotaur. I doubt it, though. Have you found the thread? Yeah, it's more of a metaphor.
Any news from Zeno?
They are moving as planned. The deployment will be complete within 2 hours. What about Arcana?
Same old, standing still on the rock as if she's a part of it.
picking up the salt in the wind, I guess.
This woman is in her own world. Sonetta fiddles with the communication device, making sure Lilia's voice is loud and clear. Now Regulus can hear their exchange with perfect clarity.
She's found herself a good spot, overlooking all of us from up there.
I mean, yeah, she could be patrolling, I guess, in the way or having an eye on everybody.
The center of the island where the number people are heading. The entrance to the cave where Vertin and 37 are going. And the beaches in the storm. Nothing escapes her sight.
And I doubt she doesn't know that Lily is watching her. I'm pretty sure she knows and doesn't give a fuck. Or, being Arcana, she probably wants her to watch.
Impressive! Maybe she's planning her escape.
Oh girl, before she takes down the island, I doubt she wants to escape.
Is she also going to swim? It seems like we're in for a swimming competition. Speaking of which, it would be nice if those tortoise slowpokes could swim a little faster.
She hangs up and resumes surveillance of her target. The next 2 hours are critical. The islanders are busy with the cleansing ceremony while the outsiders are preparing for the departure.
Look, Sonetto, I understand your plan now. But I still can't shake off a bad feeling about all this.
Don't worry, Regulus. We have gone over this many times. The margin of error should be below 0.00025%. I'm confident that it will work.
I know. Spare me with the numbers. I know I can rely on you.
She waves her hand quickly, as if swatting away the numbers like flies.
I'm still worried about Vertin. Will she make it back in 2 hours? If she doesn't come back in time, who's going to take charge and guide us? We'll have to steer our own course, won't we?
Yes.
Sonetta nods.
Laplace is gathering every piece of information they can find on the storm. The discovery of the asymmetrical nuclide R was already a remarkable breakthrough.
But that's all we got, girl. Everything else is just vague.
It would help the immunity research a lot if the timekeeper could find something useful in that cave.
The pirate is not satisfied with the answer. Evidently, she has a strong opinion on the matter.
I don't think she's going to have a lovely time there, judging by what happened to me last time.
Having spent the longest time there, she's undoubtedly the most qualified to comment on the subject.
Is it just me, or do you also find this a bit fishy? The dangers aside, using an answer as a reward?
No, girl, I'm with you there.
What? Is this deity some sort of answering machine?
In fact, Apeiron is a philosophical concept introduced by the ancient Greek philosopher Anaximander, which means the origin of everything.
If you expect a comment on that from me, you won't get it. Like I've said many times, long are the days gone when I was taught all about these people that are mentioned in this setting, anyway. I remember Anaximander, but yeah, the game has taken many artistic liberties with how they use the theories that these people created back then.
It is the physical manifestation of the boundless, the indeterminate, and the infinite. Everything arises from it and returns to it, but it appears to serve a more practical purpose for the believers on this island.
My point.
Miss Marta told me about this. There are limits to the knowledge one can acquire, even when using numbers, which are considered closest to the essence. But Apeiron is a boundless, limitless existence. If we wish to seek knowledge beyond our own limitations, we must turn to it for help.
She faithfully recites what she learned from the teachings of Apeiron. Apple adjusts his bow tie, grateful for her contribution.
To the best of this apple's recollection, the more ancient, abstract, and intangible an entity is, the more likely it possesses arcane powers beyond our fathom.
I cannot explain to you how much I love Apple. Like, I find it so cute that he moves like that, and whenever he plays with his bow tie and all. Like, I never imagined any game would have created a character this absurd, and I would absolutely love it. He's a fruit, goddammit. Why do I love him so much? If anything happens to Mr. Apple, I won't have it. I'm sorry. Out of all the inanimate objects turned to...
By communing with the supreme existences through sympathetic magic, worshippers could gain the guidance of their transcendental gnosis.
Out of all the inanimate objects that have been brought to life in the game, he's my favorite. I think. Is there anyone else I put higher? No. I like Miss Radio as well, but not that high in my favorites. Yeah, I think Mr. Apple is number 1 for me. By the way, the game didn't move on its own. I accidentally pressed the button for next.
They would, of course, exact a price from the worshippers as well.
Price?
Just hearing the word makes her heart sink.
Could you be more specific on that, Mr. Apple? What's the price? Lives or something else?
Nobody knows, I think.
Vertin, jump over here.
Fun!
Very good. Now you are on number 1.
Girl, we're gonna die before even getting to ask Apeiron what we want.
And you should jump to 7. This is a 4x4 magic square. You just need to make sure every 4 steps you take adds up to 34.
Yeah, but girl, we also have another problem. Vertin is not a physical person. I mean, she doesn't... She's not athletic. How do I say this? Anyhow else. So how far is 7 from where she is? I'm concerned now. But I doubt anything is gonna happen to her. The people that are gonna have something happen to them are many. Dispatch, but not her, likely. But still very concerning nonetheless. Howling wind fills the air. The unstable footing is the only solid thing they can rely on. That is a crazy sentence. The path into the cave is completely different than before. The transparent stairs are gone, as are the swirling golden lines in the air. Now only cold rock walls surround them, and numbered bricks lie beneath their feet. It's a game of hopscotch, unlike any other.
I don't understand, 37. This place was different the last time we were here.
It has changed because the test has begun. The path to new knowledge is always harder than verifying a known result. Don't worry. This is like a labyrinth with a minotaur. There is always a way to the center.
Bad metaphor, if you ask me. The main difficulty of the labyrinth of the minotaur was the fact that it was a labyrinth. This shit is hardcore. Vertin has to parkour.
But weren't those labyrinth walkers offerings to the Minotaur?
Unfortunately, she doesn't seem to care or be concerned at all. That too, I didn't consider that true. They were offerings to the Minotaur.
Now we're going to solve the magic square. Vertin, the next number is 10.
Whoosh! The world turns around them, a space is revealed. As a magic square is solved, the maze shifts once more.
Oh no! It turned into a magic circle. We have to calculate again.
You better do this right, girl. You're the only one here with such knowledge on math.
This one's easy. The sum of the numbers on each circle should be equal to the sum of the numbers on its diameter plus the number in the middle.
I understood 0 things out of what she said.
We're just going from a square to a circle. It's not that difficult.
And so the world of math haters collectively sighs in disbelief. It's not that difficult. For you!
You are now on 32. We need to find 17 or 21.
Completely absorbed in solving the puzzle, she doesn't notice what's coming up behind her. A geometric figure with the number 21 hurtles towards her. For a moment, she thought she heard it chuckle.
Careful, 37. The numbers are coming to life. We need to put them back in place.
I told you math is not your friend. Oh guys, the time has come. It's time to defend the honor of every fellow theoretic kid that despised maths. I will face them head on for all you guys out there who suffered at school due to the stupid numbers. You're welcome. 1 minute. I restarted the recording because you really had to see that, although you have seen that. I'm just saying for those of you that haven't experienced this. So the numbers appear as these snails, and they literally tell you shit like 3 times 7 equals 21.
What? Are you making fun of my name?
No, they're actually teaching you, I'm guessing, how to do this. I don't remember the word in English, damn it. Perhaps they want me to hit 21 specifically, not the other two. Remains to be seen.
White shell, pencil-like forelimbs.
Ah! It deflected my arcane skill!
What, you wanted to sit and take it?
Vertin, it's no use attacking 21. Just focus on 9 and 33 instead.
Oh, because our goal is 21, we must not kill it then.
Start with the number that has the largest absolute value. 33.
Blue Book, what the
Stay low profile. I don't want to be shunted to some radical department.
I can't tell what I did exactly. Because, if I'm not mistaken, the snail on the left was a 9. The next to it was 21. And the one 37 told us to smoosh was 33, right? After I killed 33, the 21 became 33. And the 9 became 21. I don't understand why this was happening. There must be a reason. But apparently I did it right. You're supposed to kill them with a certain order, I'm guessing. Anyway, we defeated them. That's what matters. The ground ceases to shake and everything comes to a standstill once again. The numbers have returned to their original positions. 37 breezes past them with a cheerful smile, making a beeline for the exit.
Like I said, it's not that big of a deal.
She stops. Before the gate stands a familiar figure.
I thought the next question would be the Ford Circle, the Monster Group, or Hilbert's Infinite Grand Hotel. I never thought it would be 6.
What?
Hello, 6. Are you the real thing?
Probably not, but why 6?
Yes, I'm the real 6.
Lies and deception. You're not the real 6.
I wouldn't be so sure. When it comes to the essence, we are all shadows cast on a wall by a flickering fire. How do you know you're the real 6?
That was too much to take in. Even 37 can help but step back. Because he smiled?
Did you just smile?
I thought of in the back of my head that I wanted to tell you after he was done talking, that this is a clear red flag. This isn't 6. 6 doesn't smile.
Now I very much doubt that you're real.
Thank you, girl.
I didn't. And I am the true 6.
Oh no, you fucked up. You cannot fool us anymore.
This gate has always been guarded by a 6.
So I'm guessing whatever guards this gate takes the form of every 6 that rhymes in the real world at the same time, then. The leader reverts back to a blank expression. 37 doesn't seem too thrilled to see her friend here.
I have a bad feeling about this. I think the question we're about to answer will be very simple.
Bamara.
It's just a formality, isn't it? You'll ask a question and let us through. I've seen you do that on other tests before.
Formality is also important.
No, only the essence is important. Only the forms are important.
It's no time to argue, my love. 6 shakes his head, showing no inclination to continue the debate.
This is a question about the essence and forms, 37.
Oh.
Please pay heed to it. As for Miss Vertin, we only expect you to lend a patient ear.
Good. appearance shows mercy on Vertin.
Very well.
37 looks at 6 with determination, the same look she had when she faced that challenge in the game of Kotabos. She's confident that she can solve any problem that comes her way.
37. If your pursuit of truth were to lead to the destruction of your faith and beliefs, would you still keep going?
What?
She exclaims involuntarily.
What kind of question is that?
To be honest, I didn't expect such a question either. And the fact that the next part is called Oracles at Delphi gets me even more worried about this. Because essentially, the Oracles at Delphi were really not foreseeing things. This is what people didn't understand back then. They thought that they would go there, get their foretelling, and go about their life. But with the years, people analyzed this and they figured out that essentially with Delphi, the Delphi witch, if you want, the seer, what they did, what that woman usually did, Pythia, was pose questions that each person could interpret based on their own beliefs. Pythia would never give you a straight answer, and that for me, and like I remember talking about this, I remember us discussing this at school. We were told that basically Pythia was a fraud. Okay? Because she never gave answers to people. She just not manipulated them, guided them, if you will, to make an answer by themselves. In a way that's smart, alright? It's pretty much how people who used to make seances in the past with spirits of the dead, etc., were trying to convince people that they were talking to the dead, when in reality, the things that people thought they understood from their quote-unquote conversation with the spirits were their own thoughts, you know, based on the experience of what they heard the seer say, or the person who would call upon the spirits. They would draw their own opinions and think that this was what the spirit said, that's what the people wanted. Same thing with Pythia. People thought that whichever was the answer to Pythia's question, or their understanding of Pythia's words, were essentially what the gods had told her to tell them. But in reality, it was them themselves taking that decision, them forming that opinion. So yeah, I don't know if this question that 6 poses here has a straight answer. Perhaps the truth that 37 is going to learn is going to prove her that the outside world was actually correct and everything that they learned on the island were bogus, you know? But based on the whole idea of Pythia, there is also a chance that this is a trick question, and by saying yes, the truth will show her that everything she believed in was real, because so far we know that there's some sort of connection with shapes and the storm. There is some sort of, yes, mathematical connection, I guess. For example, what we saw with Isolde, the circle, and how things happened around this, and why Arcana was so interested in what the circle entails and what their society believed in. And then we also saw what happened with Windsong, right? Windsong's power could see lines, and based on that, she was able to predict things happening. So I don't think that what 37 is going to find out is going to completely destroy her beliefs. Perhaps part of her beliefs, yes. But because everything we've seen so far does tend towards mathematics, shapes, and whatnot, I don't think that the theory of the island and the reason why for so many years it was immune to the storm is irrelevant to numbers.